Hey there, everybody. How you doing? Goodness gracious, Paula, we're late.
Well, sometimes there are technical reasons for those things, but we're here.
We are here and
Better late than not here.
we are back from Las Vegas. And oh my goodness, first of all, thanks everybody. We had what, 1,100 people registered. Not sure how many folks are showing up, but I know a whole bunch of you are. And welcome, as we have two large things to do tonight, don't we, Paula? We're going to talk about what happened in Vegas. Absolutely is not staying in Vegas. And also we have John Presky, who's the founder, creator of this app that we unveiled in Las Vegas. And I got to tell you, everybody said, oh my goodness, I want to use that. That was exciting stuff, wasn't it, Paula?
It was amazing. I think everybody is really excited about this app. So we're going to have a lot of fun talking about it tonight. But there were so many other things that happened. I think, boy, for me, one of the biggest surprises and the biggest delights was the people, and how many people had such nice things to say about this show, about how glad they were to have a woman and a distributor co-hosting, talking about how great it was meeting with other people there, that they, some of them had never met certain people in their downline.
Yeah.
The energy of it was fabulous, fabulous. We had so many different things going on. What was your favorite part?
Oh, goodness gracious. Where do I start? I mean, when you think about it, we had leader meetings all day Friday. We had a VIP dinner on Friday night, invited guests, and frankly, international in scope from Taiwan, Japan, France, Italy, Germany. I mean, we had a really international crowd. And then, then we went into Saturday, and we really did cram an awful lot into that day, whether, unveiling the new cruise highlights video just before we started. Of course, this is LifeWave, a new video that's been out there for just a few months. And then I got up there and kind of shared a whole bunch of things that are coming in 2020. And I got to tell you, if you take a look at the long list of things that I shared, let me take a second and find them. Look at this. So I had this kind of a thing. Here's what I was talking about as I was standing there going through all the different things that we're talking about and what's coming, things like one-click buying, where finally you don't have to populate everything and type in everything every single time, like Amazon.
Yay! That was from every distributor in the company.
Yeah, no, exactly. And things like this, the LifeWaveSuccessLibrary.com. Make a note. LifeWaveSuccessLibrary.com. 14 ebooks full of all kinds of information. So we talked about that for a little bit. The fact that we're going to, so much that I talked about, and I was only there for 15 minutes. And then of course, David came up and did what he does every single time, completely wowed the crowd. He talked about, I made a couple of notes. He talked about the fact that we now know more about what X39 does. It elevates copper peptide and activates stem cells, but he also talked about, how about rejuvenating the metabolism? We've got new data on that. How about, in fact, enhancing the brain? We've got new data on that. And of course, Paula, as you know, Melinda Connor and her daughter, Caitlin, and then Dr.
Chevalier,
right, who you know really, really well. He works out of your office, doesn't he?
And he gave us some great information about the impact on the brain and the improvement in the brain that is coming with X39 on coherence, cognition, clarity, just so much that we're hoping. And of course, everybody worries these days about the decline of the brain, cognitive decline as we grow older. Yeah. And now we know the X39 is helping us have a healthier brain. That's really good news.
Yeah, we always talk about, gee, I can focus better. I'm more alert. I don't have the brain fog. These anecdotal stories we've been hearing now for months. And then Gaetan stood there and said, well, here's exactly what's going on. So that was very, very exciting. And, also, what was interesting, so Dr. Melinda Connor and her daughter talked about additional data relative to indeed confirming what they'd seen in a pilot study as far as elevating that copper peptide. There it was in the bloodstream, there it was in the urine, all these types of things. But she also had new data on reducing blood pressure helping that a little bit, muscle relaxation and a few other things. So the bottom line,
variability.
what's that?
Heart rate variability.
That's 3 times fast, right?
Yeah.
So,
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your lip. Finish your thought.
no, the bottom line is on the science. You know, people walked away knowing that, all right, some of that was pretty technical, but they also realized this is real substance. These are two high-end research scientists who take the time out of their day to come and talk about what you can tell they're impressed with. They think this science is pretty cool. You know, their enthusiasm is kind of contagious, actually.
Right.
And that was really cool to see.
3 high-end scientists.
Yeah.
Dr. Chevalier and both of the Connors, Melinda and her daughter Caitlin. So there's been some serious work done in terms of science with X39, and that was very exciting to hear. Yeah, and I have to say, I'm dying to talk about who is one of the people who was everybody's favorite, and that was Phil M. Jones, who talked to us in the afternoon. And I want to share a couple of tidbits that he shared with us that I thought were so good. You know, like he said, a great line to use when you're introducing the product to somebody is, this may not be for you, but, and then tell them about the product. Because when you tell somebody this may not be for you, immediately like, well, I'll be the judge of that. Well, let me hear about, well, what do you mean? So that was a great line. And another word he taught us that's very great to use to create a mental picture is imagine. Imagine what your life would be like if this pain wasn't happening every day, or whatever fill in the blank would be for you. But imagine, a really powerful word that Phil shared with us.
Yeah, he had, you know, think about it, he was on for 90 minutes. And when I introduced him, it was like, watch how fast these 90 minutes zip by. This guy was like a machine gun of information in the most positive sense. I mean, he had so much information. And like you said, you just talked about 2 phrases. He probably talked about 8 or 9 phrases, yes. Practical use of what he calls magic words that you need to learn and practice learning to use in certain situations that really cuts to the chase. You know, another one of his phrases, Paula, was, you know, you're probably like most people that, right? So the next person says, yeah, I probably am kind of like most people. Well, the other person says, no, I'm not like anybody else at all. Well, you can discern what that person's like and know what they're going to say back and kind of be ready for a retort. It's interesting. He really does have a method and a course in his book, exactly what to say. That's the name of the book.
Great book. Great book.
Great book. And we gave all attendees the book. Okay. It's like an Oprah moment, right? Right at the end. And people were they were thrilled to have this as a resource to study. And we were excited to be able to offer that from the company. So that was cool stuff. What else? Well,
I would like to add, I think, and you as the father, I hope will not mind passing this along to me to do. Carson Caldwell spoke to us, and Carson is Jim's son, who rode a bike across the United States barefoot to raise money for the starving children in Yemen. And on my radio show, we followed Carson all the way. He called in every week. He's an amazing guy, but he was wearing the X39 all the while. And what he shared with us at the conference is that the X39 made a huge difference in his ability to recover after riding a huge amount of miles every day. And one thing he didn't share, Jim, that I thought was precious that he shared on the radio was it also cleared up his skin. So he was very happy about that along the way.
He and I talked just about every night, and he'd do 60, 80, 100, 120 miles, depending on the, the terrain, depending on the environment, depending on the temperature, the wind, all these types of things. And, let's face it, he was exhausted at the end of each day. And he did talk about how, now and then he'd forget to put the patch on for recovery at night. And the next morning he's dragging, feeling really lethargic, like, gee, do I really want to go another 100 miles today? Yeah. And the difference, the candid difference he felt when he used X39, and the next morning he's waking up and he feels like, wow, I'm ready to go. I mean, he talked about it at length with me during the trip, and I know he shared that with you, Paula. And when he had a chance to talk with David about it, of course, David was nodding his head going, well, yeah, that's pretty much what it does, you know? So it was a wonderful testimonial, and it just one of those things that had happened. And I suggested, why not make him a nice testimonial? And it worked out great. And the feedback was really nice. And I appreciated the kind words people said about what an effort. His dedication to raising money for kids that are in need, and I felt, I was a proud papa for sure. And so, and another one of the fantastic elements in the show, besides the great food, besides the party Saturday night, besides the fact that people got to rub shoulders with so many people that they hadn't seen in a while and things like that, was our next guest. Before you come on, John, let me toot your horn a little bit. I've been working with John now for about 8 months as we've been going down the gauntlet and working down through a funnel, exactly what would we do for a new kind of an app for LifeWave that would allow people to be really efficient, really be able to really do the business from the phone. And he originally approached us and we had multiple conversations, and the next thing you know, I invited John to come join us in Las Vegas and kind of share the basics of what this very cool app is well, John, you can probably say it better than me. John Presky, come on, please.
Hey, nice to be here. I guess you got me now, right?
John, you've got a technical background. You're an engineer. You've kind of been there, done that in the world of computer science and things like that. What led you to want to, create this app in the first place?
Well, having, even though I was, like you said, always in technology, engineering, whatever the business I was doing at the time, I loved this industry. I was actually in the field building businesses part-time with different people. And in 2007, I had my first smartphone, Motorola Q. Some people might remember that. And it hit me with my computer programming degree and the sales career and the business. I said, this is going to help a lot of people. I don't know how today, but it's going to happen. And 5 years later, we launched our beta in 2012. So I really did it because I wanted something for my team that would make it just easier to do something that's really kind of hard. This business can be hard, and I wanted to make it easier.
Well, and I know that Paul and I are going to kind of lay back for a little bit and kind of give you the floor, because the folks that were not in Las Vegas didn't get that full 35, 40 minutes with you. I was hopeful that you could come on tonight and kind of maybe, I don't know, you tell me, hit the basics, help them understand the basics of what we're talking about here and why this is going to be one of the most effective tools any network marketing could really ever have, let alone LifeWave. We're very excited about it.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd like to just kind of do some basics. I won't be able to get through it all, but I think I want to give a flavor to everybody of really what we're talking about. What are we trying to accomplish with this? And then give some feature demonstration.
Before you get started, I'm being told by our producer to be sure to tell everybody we are broadcasting live on Facebook right now. So Facebook Live is happening as we speak. So there's going to be that happening in tandem to everything we're doing. And of course, that'll be sitting there after our shows finishes. And we're excited about that. John, didn't mean to step on you. Go.
No, this is exciting. I'm glad to be here. And thanks again for the opportunity to work with you guys. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, and do you guys have my phone? Does it look good on the screen?
You see it.
It's one good looking app. So here we go. So what we're going to do is very quickly give you an overview and a couple cool features that we can do that. And then when we launch, we'll go ahead and have another really in-depth training, and we'll have some recorded trainings that'll be great. So basically there's 3 sections to the app. These are the core recruiting sections down here where you see the 6 main buttons. Very easy to use no matter what your skill level is. And then as you see these sliders go across the screen, this is a great place to always get up-to-date information about what's going on with products, events, etc. We call that the slider. Okay. And then in the upper left, you always want to hit these 3 buttons. And this is where there's an awful lot of administrative, but great stuff. You're going to have training there on the app and other things. You have your success library link right there from the app. Beautiful, mobile, optimized. It looks great. And then down here, I want you to know this contact button. If you have any problems, you just hit it. You'll be able to submit a ticket directly to our experts to help you solve any problem that you might have. So we'll take care of you from the beginning to the end. So real quick, this is the app. Everybody's going to say, do I have it yet? No, we're going to go live, I believe Monday, but I'll let Jim talk a little bit more about that at the end. But let's talk about what you have. So the primary thing here is the ability to share content right here under the share button. Manage your prospects. Once you share, people become prospects through the act of sharing. And then you're going to be getting alerts throughout the entire time you're there about, hey, this guy, this person watched the video. They watched 62% of this video, or 10% or 100%. And then you'll have other alerts to say, oh, this person went over and linked to your website. You're going to know that. You're going to find people that are going to request information from you. So the alerts is a really good section. So the combination of these three sections are your primary recruiting tools. Of course, there's a three-way call button we'll get into later where you can actually push or poke your upline to get some help with a three-way call. And we'll talk about that later. And then events is great because not only will you always be notified and reminded of corporate events here, but you'll be able to put in your own events and invite your prospects to your private events and just keep that within yourself. And then, of course, you'll have a back office link where you can quickly get to your back office. Most used button there is practically is right here. So let's get into share. This is the fun part right here, because what LifeWave has done is a broken up content in a very easy to understand recruiting sequence. See, that's the key, is to give people information in a way that they can absorb it and you bring them along, right, Jim? Because we've worked hard on this and making sure that there's a number of different things here, like product retailing, product testimonial videos, business opportunities. So it goes all the way through an enormous amount of content where you can go left, right, up, down, kind of like Netflix, a little bit inspired, subject videos, and then this is something cool we're going to talk about in a little bit about social media posting images. So
now, and John, before you continue, so it's interesting, and I know you're barrel along and it's all good. The thing also that I love about this, not only do all these things you just showed people, showed the folks, the videos and what have you, you can share them, but you can also click on the play button. Notice the play button right in the middle of the screen. You can play that and you can see what that video is. You can review videos. You can make sure you know what you're sending, let alone maybe you've never even looked at the video before. So it's in that sense, it's a training informational tool for yourself, as well as, of course, you then go ahead and share that. So walk us through one of the shares, if you will, John.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Jim. Thank you. Yeah, so you can share or post, and what we call is that sharing is one-to-one, posting is one-to-many. So let's just keep that. Let's talk about one-to-one marketing. So when you hit a share button like this, the first thing you're going to see are pre-written, easy-to-use messaging already set up for you for text and email. And the text is also used when you use Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, and you'll see. And so what this is there for is for the people who don't know what to say, don't want to say too much, and it's there. Will you be able to modify it? Absolutely. Right before it goes out, you can modify this if you want. So we're going to show you that. So you preview the message, just get a feel for what you're sending now that you select the video. So what do you want to do next? Well, you want to pick who is it you're sending this video to. Couple options. If you just met the person at a coffee shop and you don't have them in your address book, put them right here. No problem. First name, last name, off you go. Okay. If they're in your address book, all you do is tap right here, and you can even search. I'll put my own name in there real quick just for that. You see it? And it allows you to grab their mobile number, their email if you have it, and just load it in. Now they're going to become your prospect. But see, we're very privacy certified. So you're going to tap this little button saying you have consent to talk to your friends, because you do, but it's something we have to have. It's easy to do, as you can see. And then you hit next. And here's what's cool. You can send this by text. You can send it by email. You can send it by Messenger. And if you have any of these other chat apps, you can use that. Now, what's nice is the phone knows what apps you have. So if you don't have these, you're not going to see them. You're just going to have this right here. Nice. I'm going to share via text real quick just to see it. Next. And then we have contact reminders. So this is the key to the business that we talked about, Jim. You remember that, the follow-up's everything. You want to use what Phil taught. Phil taught some amazing stuff about how to talk, but we're going to bring two people together here to have that conversation. So that's what we're trying to do. So you have a reminder system. This is just an initial reminder, and then you hit send. And then first time you use the app, it's going to ask you for permission, and off you go. And there it is. And you can see that I can change it. And just like that, I hit send. It'll take you right back to your share grid. It comes in, and that's what your prospect's going to see. It's just that easy, okay? And when they click on that video link, okay, it's going to take them to what we have are replicated landing pages, meaning these are your landing pages. You can see right here, whoa, didn't mean to do that. You can see, though, that I already got an alert right here. I'm going to get back to it, showing that I just touched that video for what, maybe a second?
Yeah.
And the system within a second told me that somebody was watching that video I just sent. And it tells you who it is. It's that cool and that fast.
See,
I mean,
and I got to tell you, when you and I first met 10 months ago, one of the coolest things I thought was true, and confirm it for me, the fact that you know what someone's doing with the information you've sent them. To me, that is like a confidence booster in the world of developing prospects like you can't believe, because I know if someone's looked at a video, I know that they haven't, because I haven't gotten a message back to say that they have. So my follow-up is right on. It's pitch perfect. Hey, John, I know you haven't had a chance to look at, you probably haven't had a chance to look at the video yet, but I just wanted to touch base, right? I mean, you can know what's going on, and that's a confidence builder, isn't it?
Well, yes, because one of the things that I said was hard in the business is you're afraid to get those no's all the time. You don't know what to say. You're afraid you're going to get a no. Here we've made that whole piquing interest, the beginning of the recruiting system, easy. You can send pre-written messages if you want with high quality content, and we're going to tell you who watched the video and how much, and even so, who did not watch it. Because the people who didn't watch it, I'm just going to go right into this prospect button right here. It doesn't bother me that somebody didn't watch it. The timing wasn't right. So this guy right here didn't watch it. No problem. I'm going to go in. I'm going to put him out for about 3 weeks out, bring it down to about 7 p.m. Okay. And I don't worry about him until 2:18 when I get an alert to follow up with that guy. But the one who did watch it, that one's going to get a follow-up video in the sequence. They're going to see they watch that. And now I am supremely confident and uncomfortable calling them up and saying, I see you've seen some content. I'd like you to hear my story about what has happened with this product. I don't know if it's going to be for you, but I'd like to tell you about it. Use a little bit of fill there.
John,
right?
I have a question. If we are told that they watched the video, do we know how much of the video they saw?
Right. We do. We know exactly. So like right here, it said less than 10%. Let me go ahead and click on here. These 3 buttons are really cool in the contact management. I moved now from the share grid over to here, and these are all the people that I've shared with, correct? So I'm going to go ahead and click on these 3 buttons. And first you can just tap on the person and it shows you the last thing you did. Okay, I sent a video, product tease video 2 on Facebook Messenger. Cool. Okay, that's good. Let me see what else is going on. You tap the 3 buttons. You can call, text, or email with a push of a button. You could share more content. And what's nice is it remembers everything about this person. You don't have to go get them again. It remembers what method you sent. It does everything for you. But I'm going to go to the details. And this is where you get the most fun part of this whole system, is that where you can see the contact history right here. And this is where you will see the exact percentage. If he had watched this, it'll say 61%, 42%, and it'll tell you, but here's the even more fun one, right? So right here, you can say this, right here with add history, you tap on it, and it lets you record what you did with the prospect. You said, oh, I left a message with that person. I don't have to remember. I'm going to tap left voicemail.
Jeez.
And it puts it right here. So now you don't have to remember, as long as you make sure that person has a reminder. And you know what? It does. I don't have to worry about Ryan anymore. Because when I get this reminder to follow up with him, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to see what's been done. And I'm going to call him. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So there's no reason to miss a follow-up. There's no reason to ever worry about that again. So I know that, we could go on and on about this, but that's a basic share. And then contact management with follow-up. Yeah. That's the power.
So step into the 3-way call, because I think some people that I've talked to initially are under the misimpression that this is about, calling someone.
Right.
It's different than that.
Well, let me, and Jim, if you don't mind, I'm going to do one more thing about social media posting here, and then let's kick over. So you guys said, remember I said this is one-to-one marketing. Right, it is text, email, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp. Well, we know we want to post, and we know you guys are going to get lean on your warm market at some point. So you're going to want to generate new people to talk to, because posting without a purpose is frankly just noise, and you're not converting. So what LifeWave has got are these cool, nice looking images right here that are designed to be an offer, if you will, to get the prospect to want you to click and talk to you more, right? So you've got these amazing images, which are for post only. And what you do is you hit post, and then you could hit Facebook, right? In Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter. And I'm going to put in here, hey, call me if you, today, whatever, right? And then hit next, share. And you guys are going to see how quickly this gets posted to Facebook, but the magic has not started yet. Let me show you what it looks like. You go to Facebook, and I'm going to go ahead and get it to come in. You guys know how much fun that is. So there it is, right? Beautiful image. Call me today. The person goes, yeah, I want to be younger next year. I want to be younger right now. Okay. So they tap on it, and guess what happens? It goes to your replicated lead capture page, not mine, not Jim's, not Paul's. It goes to your replicate. So we just went from a one-to-many situation, Facebook, shared 100 times over. Somebody clicks on that. They can do it. They can tap it, and they can put all their information in here. And when they send it to you, guess what? You get an alert immediately that you have a new lead from Facebook, what they clicked on, and we load them right on back into the LifeWave InTouch app. We load them right here into your prospect system under this new purple lead button, okay? That's your new lead button. So it'll ping right in from Facebook, and now all of a sudden you got a phone number and an email address of a brand new person to talk to. That's posting with a purpose. And so we're excited about the amazing one-to-one marketing and the contact management, but we're equally excited about you to be able to generate new people to go from one-to-many to one-to-one. And that's what we love.
That is really cool. So you're telling me I can post it on up my wall, do whatever, and X amount of people look at that, and they have a friend, hey, did you see this? Look at this. And people share, but whenever anybody clicks on it, boom, it's coming right back to me.
Right to you, because we have the technology that embeds your rep information inside that image so it can't get out. And no matter where it's shared or how many times it's shared, when it's clicked on, it's coming to you. Wow. And we're the only ones that have that. And we're very excited about that and bringing it to you guys. So I'm excited. So real quick though, three-way call. Yeah. I tap on it. Let me talk about it real quick and I'll finish up. And the three-way call is designed that when you get to a point that you want to have your upline work with you to talk to a prospect for whatever that might be, for the business opportunity or product or whatever, you have a way of poking them. I was always afraid of not being able to get my upline on the phone, or would my upline not be professional? So the idea was to have a system to poke them so they know I need them, and twice they also know to be professional. That was the idea. So I hit add new helper, and this is where you put the ID in of your upline. Now I'm just putting in mine in here. You guys can all see that, and you're more than welcome to three-way call with me. I might ignore you, but that's okay. But that's okay. But you put in the ID number, username of the person, you hit add, and it sends a helper setup request, just like this. A new helper's been added. It's just going through right there, okay? So then it goes, it's added in the system, and then what'll happen is when they accept that call, let me kind of get back over here, helper request, I would get a request that looks like that. John Press requests help for you. Yeah, I'll help out John. He's in my downline. Sure. Yes. And then what happens is you get a push that quickly back that says, John's agreed to help you in the future. No problem. Close. Guess what now? John's ready. Okay, he's my upline. He's in the app. I'm going to go to the three-way call section here, and there he is. And all I got to do, because John's on the app, I'm on the app, that's the key. It's a poke system using push. It is not text. So I just go request call, and it'll send that person this request. That upline gets that, hey, he needs your help now in a three-way call. Click a button to indicate your availability. Wow. It's just that cool. 15 minutes right now. Say, yeah, I'm ready, but give me 15. No problem. You get a push back. You got to imagine there's two of us here, right? John requested, received your three-way call. Happy to help. Available in 15 minutes.
Wow.
There's the phone number. So it's a poke system, if you guys will. You then do the call. You don't actually do the call with the app. You poke each other. You set up that call behind the scenes. And now the prospect is just amazed that you guys are, just so efficient and so buttoned up when it comes to running your business.
Paula,
and that's what that was for.
Paula, you're the distributor here. Just put yourself in this app after you've practiced it for a little bit. You got the hang of it. You kind of know how to use it. How can this, I must tell you, it feels very powerful.
Well, the first thing I want to say is God bless you, John, because I am a total non-techie person, but I am getting this because it's clean, it's simple. Yeah, I'd have to practice with it and play with it a little, but sure. It is not complicated, and I can just see what a fabulous tool it is. It's so efficient in the ways we need it to be, because it always happens. You're in that conversation with somebody, and if you have to send them to their computer or going on the internet to watch that video you'd love them to see, it's another step, and you have no way of knowing if it ever happens. This is genius.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And the one thing I urge everybody to do when they first download it is put your own name, if it's not already, in your phone's address book, and treat yourself like a prospect and text yourself. You can do that. It's very easy. Like I just did. I just texted myself and then watch the video and watch yourself get the alerts, and then go into your prospects and see what % of video you watched. Then leave yourself a voicemail if you want, right? and get comfortable with it, because you can't break it. You can't hurt anything. You can only really exceed. That's really it.
And the fact that you can enroll a distributor from here, you can sign up a customer from here, you have access to the back office from here. We worked hard, and John, you of course brought the template to it that we then worked to customize some things in here. We developed videos that maybe a 25, 30-second video that teases someone, and then they've looked at that, they have, well, hey, let me send another one that's not necessarily the whole story, kind of like a second video that teases. Then we call, well, hey, he's looked at both quickly, he's digging this, maybe you call him, hey, I'm going to send you something else, whatever. You send that 4-minute video that we call the rest of the story. Yeah. So now they've got the information and they've been watching. So then you would categorize, wouldn't you, John? You'd say, hey, that one's hot. Put a coffee pot next to that or whatever you do there, right?
No, they come in as warm coffee cups just because they're always warm a little bit, right? You just got to fire them up like that. Now you make them hot.
Nice.
And you can filter and sort by all your hot people just like that. And then you can filter and sort by all your warm people. It's just that easy. But the one thing I think everybody loved was this. You clear it out, but then you have this recent activity. It actually ranks everybody from top to bottom of what either you did or they did with your system. It's where the fire is. And that's the beauty of this. You get done a long, hard day at work. Most reps are part-time. Where do I start? That's where you start. Recent activity. What's happened recently? What did I do? Or did they watch a video? Did they click a link? They request some info? Did I get a lead from Facebook? What was the most recent thing? Just like that. It's that easy.
A couple things. First of all, we recorded your presentation in Las Vegas. We've already, behind the curtain, I've already looked at it. We've knocked it down to about 25, 28 minutes. We got to do some more editing, but I'd like to make that presentation something that we would put on the app, for instance. But you're also doing something, John. You're going to provide some training, I think, that you're putting the finishing touches on for us for the app as well, right?
Right. We're going to do two things. We're going to have a recorded video dedicated, boom, 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 very methodical, not just boom, boom. And then we're also going to put a PDF in there that lets you go by section, how the flow of the app is, so that you can visually see both. So you're going to get plenty of information like that. And once we launch, Monday, I guess it is, I'll let you decide that, Jim. But once we launch, I'd like to do a live webcast for everybody to come in, and let's just have everybody watch it, and then everybody share to their top 3 people and say, look at my new app, here it comes. And one of the techniques we like to teach is send a hello, how are you doing first, because if you don't do that, the spam filters in the world of phones nowadays with privacy start seeing, well, I see videos and links and stuff. and make sure you don't just hit people up you haven't talked to in about 3 years with a video and a broadside. Try to get a little conversational first, right?
It works. It works Android and iPhone, correct?
Android and iPhone. You can view them on your tablets as well, but of course tablets without texting many times and everything are not as good of a recruiting tool. But so I would recommend use your phone.
I think it's important that people know, here's the name of it. The name of it is LifeWave In Touch. It's not In Touch. It's not LifeWave. It's LifeWave In Touch. And
absolutely.
It's hot in iPhone. It's hot on Android. In the next few days, we're going to flip the switch. The point is, you know, I've been saying February 1, John. The fact of the matter is, I just wanted to be sure that you felt like everything was ready to go. And I know you wanted to add a couple more things. So I'd like to do it as of February 1, which is Friday. Are you good with that, John?
I think Saturday's Feb 1. Is that correct?
February 1.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. I'll let that, if you want to launch it then, that's okay, Jim. It'd be best if we launched either Friday or Monday, just because of a work day.
Let's do it Monday the 3rd. Let's go hot Monday the 3rd. You be sure to scream at me if we can't, but I'll figure that's what.
No, we'll be good to go. We'll have all things loaded. We'll do a final check on Saturday morning. We'll take Sunday off, and then Monday morning I'll hit you up and let you know we're going to turn it on live.
Now, Paula.
John,
Paula,
I have a question I'm dying to ask John before we let him go. So if we're on the app and we get confused or we need some kind of help, what is it that we can do?
Well, if you have a problem and something's not working or you really don't get it for whatever reason, you go to the upper left, you hear, and then you go down to the contact button right here. And then right here, you have the LifeWave customer service information. And then right here, for questions using this app, all you got to do is tap on it. It'll take your email client. You just send it and off you go. And that will go into our ticket system that our customer service people can actually help you out. And even if you speak Spanish, even though the app's not currently Spanish, if you speak Spanish, you know, we can handle that as well.
You bring up a good point, by the way, relative to languages, John. Is our intent, of course, is to expand this out. Multiple territories, multiple languages. So I can be in the United States, but I've got a friend in Japan. I want to send him Japanese content. We're going to be able to do that kind of thing. I'm standing in France and I want to send something to my German friend who I know doesn't speak French. I send him German content. So this ability to be nimble with language, I know that's got to be unique to your app. Is it not, John?
Ours is more powerful than most, meaning that you have the ability to customize content by country and language, and that's where the uniqueness is. And then our unique integration of chat apps, WhatsApp, Line, WeChat. I mean, everybody in Japan and Asia is using Line, and China nationals using WeChat. Koreans are using Kakao. I mean, these are all integrated with the country language. We're already in 17 languages for the app. So as you want to deploy content, we'll turn that on and we'll work together on that. And it's the easiest country language app in the industry today. It's that easy.
All righty. Why don't you go ahead and stop sharing your screen? Let's just put our three faces back up here, John. And the last thing I want to ask as you're doing that, and I know people are curious, normally, I know that you've got some friendly competitors out there that charge a pretty decent amount of money on a monthly basis, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, they do. They charge anywhere from, I've seen as low as $9.95, as high as, I've actually got somebody the other day who's charging $29.95 for a PC Mac system without an app.
Well,
and then $19.95 seems to be the norm. But yeah, so it's tough out there. Yeah.
Well, the good news is David and I made the choice working with you that for probably either up to a certain amount of distributors or maybe for a full year, this app is going to be free to all of our members. And that is, I know, exciting. Can I see some thumbs up out there, please? I want to see.
Well, I could tell you that it was earth-shattering, the cheer we heard in the room when you announced that. And I just got to tell you that that's a testament to the quality of the leadership at LifeWave and everything, because we're easy to work with too, but that really is you guys. That's how amazing LifeWave is as a company. And I like working with companies like that because in the end, this app is for the reps.
That is exactly right, right? I mean, because, you know, look, it's a symbiotic relationship. All of our members have to be successful for us to be successful. It goes both ways. And we just want to make sure that everybody has, you know, the best tools, the best methods, best practices, easiest, most efficient, clearest, right? All those types of adjectives that talk about, well, let me just do my business.
Absolutely.
Let me have success. Let me just have as much help as possible within reason. And then, hey, it's up to you in the field to take advantage, isn't it, John?
That's right. I mean, I've been told by, if it's been one, it's been over a dozen top leaders that they've gone from nothing to the top of the company using this platform. Really? I know it works. I know they can use it. And so it's just use it and follow up and use the skills that Phil has. Yep.
Just want to tell you, the chat is going crazy with people saying, thank you, clapping hands, God bless you.
Yes, awesome. Well, I'm so happy to work with you guys. This will be fantastic working with you, Paula and Jim and everybody and the whole team. So I know we'll have a great time over the next year.
Well, John, thank you very much for your time. You are dismissed, sir. Well done. Okay. And we'll see you on down the line. Okay, thanks very much for taking the time out for LifeWave Now.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later. Take care.
All right, take care.
You got it. Well, Paula, oh my goodness, right?
Awesome. Awesome. Incredible. I can't wait to start using this.
I know it's
like so much easier.
You know, and of course it's a living, breathing app. All righty. So more videos, change the social images, add some content, you know, so we're going to be, look, balls on our court to keep it fresh from the corporate side of things, balls in your court to take this app, practice, get to know it, learn it, play with, you know, play amongst your tight-knit group, you know, your fellow distributor nearby, a leader, get to know it, poke those, poke folks, your upline and have them on deck for three-way calls. You know, really, it's all about, we put it in your hands, you got to put it to work. What did Phil Jones say, Paula? He talked about, well, here's the book, but what do you got to do with the book, right?
Yeah, take the actions that the book suggests.
Exactly, exactly. All right, so goodness.
I've got a quick question, Jim.
Go.
You know, so many people were excited about the show we did with David and the interview and everything. So could a video like that be added to the app so they can share that with people?
A video of?
Like our show when we interviewed David.
Yeah, of course, yes. I mean, there's so many ways we're going to be able to add content and stuff. You're asking for the app, so yes, we could take this plus their training that's coming. So, exactly, we're gonna make sure that you know how to use it. You know, we gotta make sure you know what to do with it, and because it's, as you can tell, it's a powerful app. There's a lot of things you can do with it.
Amazing.
There's a lot of intel, you know, that you pick up. Knowing what's going on and what people have done. Okay, look, we got to jump off, and I know people are excited and for good reason. Let's talk about our next LifeWave Now, which I'm not sure we've even picked a date yet, have we, Paula? Or I think it was just.
I think 2 weeks from now is February 12th-ish. Yeah, the 12th, because Valentine's Day is the Friday.
We'll get a communication out when the next LifeWave Now is, but let's talk about what our giveaway this time around is. Paula, you are a football player and you're wearing red, aren't you?
I am.
But that doesn't say which team you like, does it? They're both red.
I know. Well, I figure I can't lose wearing red for my shirt tonight, but I will tell you, in spite of the fact that I'm a California girl, and most of us know that the 49ers, San Francisco, is in the Super Bowl along with the Kansas City Chiefs. But I got to tell you, I'm pulling for the Chiefs. And I think this is going to be an amazing game because Patrick Mahomes and Garoppolo are a new kind of quarterback. You know, they run with that ball if that's what needs to happen. And they're both young and exciting players. Both of them have only been with their teams since 2017. But the person who's got my heart in this thing is Andy Reid, who's coach of the Chiefs. And he's one of the finest coaches in the NFL. And yet, though he's won many championships and over 221 games, he's never won a Super Bowl as the head coach. And I want to see that happen. I think it's going to be an amazing, amazing experience. So,
of course, half the audience is going, no, no.
I know.
What the fuck?
Hey, you Midwestern people, cheer louder. I need you.
You know, you can't win for losing, right? I mean, 50-50. Look, it's going to be a fantastic game, right? A couple of young quarterbacks going for it. It's, you know, I'm sure it's going to be a record. I'll bet the score, you know, is it going to be through the roof? Well, here's what we're going to do, by the way, as a giveaway. You know, we were kicking it around. Why not, right? Let's do something for the Super Bowl. All right. So you got to watch the Super Bowl, and whoever, you got to decide and pick. Let's see, how do we do this? Before the Super Bowl, you got to decide and pick who's going to be in the lead at the start of the fourth quarter. Make a choice. Don't send it in after the fourth quarter started and tell us, no, that won't work. Before the game started, send us an email to now@lifewave.com and tell us, who do you think is going to be in the lead at the start of the fourth quarter? And chronologically, the first 5 people who get it right, all right, they're going to pick up, I think we want to do Eon and a copy of Exactly What to Say, both, right?
Well, that way you can chill out after the Super Bowl with your Eon patch.
There you go.
And you'll know exactly what to say with your new app.
Exactly. So I don't know, Paula, anything else to say? I think we've officially gone, oh my gosh, we're approaching over 45 minutes. Thanks everybody for hanging in there.
Yes.
I think it was worth it, wasn't it, Paula?
I think it was a great, incredible information. As a distributor, I'm just going, happy dance time, happy dance time.
Yeah, exactly. All righty. In case there's anything else we got to be saying, we're out of here. Thanks so much for sticking in, for listening, for being part of the LifeWave Now movement, a part of LifeWave, which of course is a massive movement. And we'll be in touch down the line to tell you when our next LifeWave Now is. We're out of here. Paula, have a great night.
Thank you, and good night to everybody. Thanks for being with us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.